is Dr. Peter Helton. I'm a board-certified dermatologist here in Newport Beach, California, and I'm here to talk to you today about SkinMD and the properties available with that cream. The concept of a shielding lotion is relatively new to dermatology. It's almost been created by the makers of SkinMD. It's a situation where there are protectants that are put into the ingredients of a product that bind to the skin such that the environment is not allowed to penetrate and desiccate the skin and cause problems, essentially forming an invisible shield around the skin, just as an invisible glove would. This is important because it allows the moisture to be maintained within the body and disallows, actually, stops any products from harming the skin, like cleansers and acids and all the everyday solvents that we come into contact with. It's often a fallacy that only people who work with solvents will need a barrier cream such as this. Just everyday household items like soap can desiccate and dehydrate your skin enough that the natural barrier is broken and allows bacteria to enter and even other allergic type compounds that would require your visit to a dermatologist like myself. Every day I see rashes that are caused from the environment. May that be creams or lotions, or sometimes soaps. Sometimes it can be something as simple as the formaldehyde from a newspaper. So the shielding lotions are very beneficial in keeping the external environment away from the internal environment of our body, such that allergic reactions will not happen. The concept behind SkinMD is that it's a shielding lotion. Now, shielding lotions fall into the category of barrier creams. Now, barrier creams traditionally were very greasy, cocoa butter, petrolatum type compounds that we used back in the 60s for children who had diaper rash. And these are very cosmetically inelegant. SkinMD is almost in an entirely new category than these barrier creams. It is so cosmetically elegant that it deserves its own classification, which is why they came up with the word shielding cream. SkinMD Natural has the added benefit of having antimicrobial effects. Now, it's not antibacterial effects as one would expect from the traditional antibacterial cream, but these are holistic antimicrobial effects that help decrease the ability of bacteria to grow in a more natural manner. Now, this is probably better than using the typical antibiotics that we use in medicine, because bacterial resistance can be obtained with these drugs, and essentially they become ineffective after a period of time. With the homeopathic and holistic quantities that they have in this product, it is much more beneficial in decreasing the overall bacterial load. Natural ingredients such as aloe, which has been used to treat inflammatory conditions and is known as a natural healing agent. Arnica montana, which help aid in the healing process and decrease inflammation. Chamomile, which is anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, and has calming effects on the skin, are added into SkinMD to make it a more natural product. SkinMD has the also added advantage of forming a natural barrier sealant on the skin and keeping the skin's own natural moisture inside. This obviates the need for having to put an external moisturizer on several times a day, as SkinMD lasts a good portion of 8 hours with one application. This is important because it decreases your need for applying excess moisturizer and allows your body to take care of its own moisture needs without the added bother of putting on another cream. I frequently use SkinMD here in my dermatology office for people that wash their hands several times a day. The added benefit of this product is that it doesn't wash off right away, and as long as you apply it every 6 to 8 hours, it protects your hands better than a pair of gloves. Previously, all other moisturizers use glycerin as a humectant. What a humectant is an ingredient that draws in moisture from the air and allows moisture to be maintained within the body. SkinMD has a proprietary new ingredient that is proven to be 6 times more effective than glycerin, and as far as I know, the only product on the market that has this ingredient. In scientific dermatology, we do studies called transepidermal water loss. What this basically means is measuring how much water is being evaporated from the skin over a period of time. When doing studies with transepidermal water loss, what we discovered that SkinMD was shown to have a decrease in transepidermal water loss. What this means is the body's own natural water was remaining in the skin and didn't need to be replenished by an external moisturizer, as opposed to the other products that had an increase in transepidermal water loss, which meant that they needed to be replenished again with exogenous moisturizer. The good news is that SkinMD has been successfully used in people with eczema and psoriasis and other situations where a moisturizer is needed. In situations with eczema, eczema is when your body is allergic to the environment, meaning simple things like brushing up against favorite sweater can cause you an allergic reaction. Or putting on certain creams and lotions that have fragrances on them can give you an allergic reaction. Or even something as easy as, again, reading the newspaper can give you an allergic reaction. Since using this new shielding lotion named SkinMD, we are able to decrease the incidence of eczema and decrease the dryness that we see in skin conditions like psoriasis much more than what we were able to do in the past. I'd like to comment on the anti-aging benefits of shielding lotion. Most wrinkles are due to sunlight, and sunlight will decrease the thickness of your skin such that wrinkles become evident. Now, there is some degree of wrinkling that can occur from having dry skin. As we all know, from having dry skin, there's more wrinkles that are present. So, by using SkinMD, this shielding lotion, we are able to keep the body's own natural moisture in. And if we are able to moisturize the dermis and the epidermis, then the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles is much reduced.